Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 493rd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away you'll see this is fought on a flat, grassy plain with a winter scenario. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now Aurelius has got 11 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. 11 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. Just like to draw your attention to his army build here. You'll see that his infantry units have got 2 eagle units and an infantry general as well. So there's a heck of a lot of morale there going on for Aurelius's infantry there. Be interested to see what the upgrades are on his cavalry. And he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So I think that's quite a good balanced army there. Be interesting to see how well he does during the course of the battle. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Pompey. Now Pompey has got 10 infantry, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. Have a quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he's got serious cavalry, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So I think that's some pretty good serious cavalry there. I think that's quite a good balanced army as well. Okay, our next teammate is our newest Brotherhood member, MANTU. Now Mantu has got 6 chosen axemen, 4 knight raiders and 6 cavalry. Okay, so and 4 archers as well. Let's have a quick look at his chosen axemen. Now remember, these are effective against armour axemen here, and they'll cut wide swathes through heavily armoured troops like Roman urban cohorts. Let's move down the battle line a little bit further, and we come to his knight raiders. Now remember, these knight raiders are good infantry in their own right, but they bring a big fear factor, taking the morale away from enemy troops, destabilising them and making them more susceptible to routing. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does with his infantry there. You've got 4 of his long range chosen archers, and he's got his Gothic cavalry. Now his Gothic cavalry, if you'll notice here, are fully upgraded. 9 upgrades, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Those of you that like statistics might like to know that gives them a massive 18 attack and a 25 defense. So fully upgraded Gothic cavalry, 18 attack and 25 defense. So I think that's pretty good. But do you notice anything missing from this Germanic army? Probably the most powerful units on RTW, the Berserkers. Mantu has decided not to bring any Berserkers, so it'll be interesting to see how well this Germanic army does without Berserkers. Let's say very unusual Germanic army build without Berserkers. So as I say, it'll be interesting to see how well he does. And our 4th teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's bought a very old Greek cities army of 16 Spartans and 3 of the cheap short-range archers. Our team's quite diverse. We've got a Rome, Germania and Greek cities. This has got the potential to be an epic classic battle, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member BARCLAYMAN. Now BARCLAYMAN's got 15 Sacred Band Spearmen and 5 Sacred Band Cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Okay, he's got 6 upgrades, gold shield, gold attack. So I think that's a pretty good balanced Carthage army. Their next teammate is RV Earth. A lot of you will know Earth, very good player. Now RV Earth has got 3 heavy spearmen, 11 archers, 4 heavy cataphracts and 2 cataphract archers. Okay, if you have a quick look at the upgrades on his spearmen, you'll see they are fully upgraded, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So that's pretty good for them. If you look at the upgrades on his cataphracts, 2, 3, 4, you will see his cataphracts have got 9 upgrades, fully upgraded. Now those of you that like statistics might like to know that that gives them a 13 attack and a massive 29 defense. Okay, plus he's got his 2 cataphract archers there as well. But that's a heck of a lot of firepower that Earth is bringing to this battlefield with 11 foot archers. And if we have a look at the upgrades, my guess is they're going to be quite well upgraded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fully upgraded archers. Okay, they are only short range archers, but with 11 units of those foot archers all fully upgraded, that is some kind of firepower that Earth is bringing to this battlefield. Be interested to see how well he does with them. Our next teammate is RV COMRADE STALIN. Another good RTW player. Now he's got 5 archers, 9 infantry and 6 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Okay, that cavalry unit is fully upgraded. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And he's got 8 upgrades on that cavalry unit. So I'm guessing that he's got mixed upgrades but very high upgrades on his cavalry. That'd be interesting to see how well that army does. But only 10 infantry. So 9 infantry. Is that enough for the modern day battlefield? Just like to draw your attention to this very wide formation there. A difficult formation to flank with it being so wide. Be interesting to see how well that does. And their last teammate is LOA Moody. And he's brought the Selucide faction. Now Moody has got 10 pikes, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. 10 pikes, 4 archers, 6 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. And he has got 8 upgrades. 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Now remember, we call these the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe. And used correctly, they can be battle-winning troops. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good Selucide army there. They also have got quite a diverse team with Carthage, Armenia, Rome and Selucide. Okay, so that is quite a diverse team as well as we have got as well. And if you notice here, you can see MANTU being very aggressive, got his archers right at the front, and he's got his armoured cavalry general there ready to do a bit of mischief to the enemy ranks there. Probably going to go for those SPQR archers if he gets a chance, but my guess is that the SPQR general will be pretty switched on there, and he's going to bring his cavalry forward in wide formation there. Covers more ground. Look, if you're in wide formation, more are likely to catch up to the enemy. And you can see the archers there starting to take a few casualties of MANTU's general unit there. If we run with it, he's probably going to get caught. Or another unit, another cavalry man gone down there. So as I say, MANTU looking to be quite aggressive here. Probably going to pull his archers back now, as there could be a lot of enemy cavalry coming his way. Okay. As I say, this battle has got the potential to be an absolute classic and epic battle that goes down to the wire, and I hope you enjoy it as the battle unfolds. Okay, here's those cataphracts here, Earth's cataphracts. Now, if I remember correctly, I think these cataphracts are also fully upgraded. Let's just count the upgrades. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, fully upgraded cataphract cavalry. Now, these cataphract cavalry are pretty good. They're very powerful. And also fully upgraded. That's going to make them even better. And they're probably either going to target our archers or infantry or cavalry with those two. Be interesting to see how Earth uses them during the course of the battle. And here you are, you can see Earth now distributing his archers across the battlefield. Remember, he's got 11 foot archers that are fully upgraded. Okay, these archers have got short range, but fully upgraded, and 11 of them, as I said before, that is a heck of a lot of firepower he can lay down on us when he wants to, when he gets into range. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But as I say, with only 3 heavy infantry on this flank, if our Brutio ally decides to push, there's not a lot to push against, if you see what I mean. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. You can see that we've got archers here as well. Pompey and Aurelius have got archers here to try and counter the enemy archers. And of course, our auxiliary archers will have a longer range than those short range Armenian archers. Okay, over here on the left flank, you can see the Selucide general moving his archers backed up by cavalry towards the Gothic cavalry. And it'll be interesting to see if those archers are going to be brought into range to try and target these cavalry. Now, just as a matter of interest here, remember these Gothic cavalry are fully upgraded, so that gives them an 18 attack and a 25 defense. Now, do you think that do you think the Germanic general would feel so confident with them he would attack those archers even if it meant taking on those cataphracts? What do you think? If you were a Germanic general here, would you go for those archers, knowing that those cataphracts might come for you? Well, if you got fully upgraded Gothic cavalry, you may well feel confident. What do you think? So let's see what MANTU is going to do here. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second. So as I say, MANTU has got fully upgraded Gothic cavalry, and if he goes for those archers, he knows that those cataphracts are going to go for his cavalry. So if you were a betting person here, if those cataphracts clash with those fully upgraded Gothic cavalry, who do you think would come out on top? The Gothic cavalry or the cataphracts? Who do you think would come out on top there? Well, let's see what happens on this particular part of the battlefield. Now, is MANTU going to attack those archers? Yes, he is. He's going to go for those archers there with his fully upgraded Gothic cavalry with their 18 attack and 25 defense. Okay, here they go. Going in for those archers, but straight away you can see the Seleucid cataphracts now are counter-attacking. Now, what's MANTU going to do? Pull his cavalry back, or is he going to take them on? Okay, well, it looks like the cataphracts have made contact with his cavalry. Now, is he going to run away, or is he going to turn and fight? Okay, he's decided to turn and fight. Okay, so we've got this scenario: fully upgraded Gothic cavalry against Seleucid cataphracts. Okay, so let's have a look. You can see the cataphracts have been alt-attacked, so they're using their effective against armor maces. Okay, you can see they're using their effective against armor maces here. And of course the Germanic Gothic cavalry are just using their light spears. Okay, they're light lances if you like. But they are fully upgraded. Now, looking at this, who do you think is going to get the upper hand here? The fully upgraded Gothic cavalry or the Seleucid cataphracts? Which way do you think this is going to go? I can see the Germanic general cavalry unit charging in as well, going to give morale to his cavalry, as well as smashing into the rear of those engaged Seleucid cataphracts there. And bang, as he smashes in there. This is a real tussle here. He needs to be careful though. There's a cataphract unit that's going to smash into the rear of his Germanic general. See that cataphract use it? And bang, as it smashes in there. Oh my gosh, the Germanic general has just been taken out, lowering the morale of the Germanic troops that are there, and now all of our Germanic allies' cavalry has just been taken out. Okay, so all our Germanic allies' cavalry has just been taken out by those powerful cataphracts. Okay, now me being Greek cities, I put my team at a cavalry disadvantage anyway, but us losing all our Germanic cavalry, we are now even worse cavalry disadvantage of what we were kind of before there. Okay, now on our other flank here, you can see, as I say, Earth has spread his archers out really well. Look how close he has to bring them in to get them in range, because they're so short range. Our Germanic allies' archers are replying, plus our Brutii allies' archers are replying as well. But as I say, there's a heck of a lot of fully upgraded Armenian archers that are shooting volumes of arrows into us here. Now, if you notice here at the rear of our battle line, those two maximum upgraded cataphracts were loitering with intent. And both Aurelius and Pompey here have decided to chase these two cataphract archer units down. You can see they've both got their cavalry chasing down these units now. Now, of course, that means we've got no cavalry over with our infantry. So if there's any kind of movement by enemy cavalry over our infantry, we've got no cover at the moment. But these... But both Pompey and Aurelius, look here, determined to chase down these cataphract archers here. Now, if you notice, can you see the red line there of the map? So now, if they can sandwich that cataphract archer unit between the red line and themselves, they're going to take that cataphract unit out, of course. So that's what they're looking to do. That red line was probably something that the Armenian general didn't really want to see. He just wants to keep his archers running. But as you can see here, both Aurelius and Pompey are really, really intent on chasing down those two horse archer units. Earth has got his cataphracts, those fully upgraded cataphracts over there. And I thought he might have been moving them towards the Brutii cavalry here, but maybe he knows he'd be outnumbered, so he's not going to do that. Okay, you can see this Brutii cavalry almost closing in here on these cataphracts, and bang! It smashes in there. Now that Armenian cataphract unit might well get away, but it suffered a heck of a lot of casualties there. My guess is it will be chased down. Now, if we go back to the main part of the battle here, you can see that one of Mantu's cavalry units has rallied, and he is now chasing down enemy archers. Nice move there by Mantu. Pause the game for a second here. Okay, now, can you see here that with our cavalry away, both Aurelius and Pompey's cavalry are away chasing down those HAs. We've got no cavalry support. So now Comrade Stalin can see that, RV Comrade Stalin, so he's come over here to start hoovering up our archers, if you like, with his cavalry. Okay, notice how he's got them in wide formation to cover more ground, to kind of, if you like, suck up more archers there. If you notice, he's charging into our archers, routing them. Look, he's even cheeky enough to charge into the back of one of my Spartan units. Bang, as he hits in there. Creating mayhem, mischief, disruption here with his cavalry units, because he knows we've got no cavalry at home, if you see what I mean. All our cavalry is away. Okay, you'll see Mantu's infantry are all hiding in the long grass. That's why you can't see them. Two of them just emerged because the enemy cavalry unit sparked them off there so you could see them. But as you can see here, the enemy cavalry are really mopping up our archers there, because we've got, as I say, no cavalry at home, because they're away chasing down horse archers. Okay, so as I say, we've lost a lot of archers there due to enemy cavalry hits. There. As I say, those enemy cataphract cavalry and those long-piked Selucide pikemen there, ready to move in on our flank. I'm moving my Greek citizens army back to be nearer to my allies. Another cavalry hit on my archers this time as they bang in, trying to take out as many of my archers as they can. But as I say, with our cavalry away, I think the enemy are making good use of their cavalry there in surgical strikes. Okay, let's just pause again for a second here. Okay, so you've got a lot of, as I say, enemy archers still shooting into us here. Okay, a lot of them shooting into us, probably targeting cavalry as well as our archer units there. And you can see, I think they've Pompey and Aurelius have taken out one of those cataphract units and they're chasing the other one down there. Now as you can see here, Earth has decided now to move his fully upgraded cataphracts towards the Brutii cavalry. Now, will our allies want to take on those fully upgraded cataphracts, or do you think they'll want to back off? Which do you think you would do? Would you take on those fully upgraded? You've got more numbers than him, so do you think you'd take them on, or are you going to back your cavalry off here? It looks like Pompey was thinking about taking them on, then decided to pull back. But as I say, the Armenian general there with those fully upgraded cataphracts, he may well feel that he could take on those Brutii cavalry even though he'd be outnumbered. Okay, you can see here, now our cavalry has returned. It's our turn to start chasing down their archers. There's some Carthage Sacred Band cavalry coming into the fray as well, and bang! So they smash into our Brutii allies' cavalry. Nice hit by them. Bang! As they charge in there. Remember, Sacred Band cavalry, they've only got gold shield, gold attack on, but he has got, I think, 5 of them, and he uses them very well. Right, let's just pause again for a second here. So, let's say we got Aurelius' cavalry out the back there. Now, whether he's going to charge into the rear or not, I don't know. We got those fully upgraded cataphracts there looking to combat them as well. Now, just like to draw your attention here, can you see that Pompey is moving all his infantry over to this right flank? Now, he may well have decided to push against Armenia. Now, bearing in mind, he's only got 3 heavy spearmen infantry there. The rest is archers and cavalry out there. So if he pushes, he's going to just push through there easy. You can see that those Sacred Band cavalry were still attacking some of our archers and cavalry there. And you can see that Aurelius here is facing Carthage or SBQR or both. Okay, because my Greek city's army here is facing the Selucide pikemen here. We've also got MANTU's infantry as well. So it'll be interesting to see what MANTU's going to do with this Germanic army there. Probably go over to help our Roman ally against any enemy Roman attacks there. Okay. You can see the enemy still targeting our Germanic ally there. But meanwhile over here, as I say, on our right flank, it looked like Pompey was going to be attacking there. It looks like one of Pompey's cavalry units got caught by those fully upgraded cataphracts and have just been routed. Okay. So as I say, Pompey here, if he just pushes forward, look, all he's got is cavalry and 3 heavy spear units in front of him. He could push those archers back and those cavalry back as well. Okay, you've got those fully upgraded cataphracts looking in like they can move in on his flank here. But as I say, if he just moves forward, look, all he's got in front of him is archers and cavalry. So he could just push straight through there if he wanted to. You can see Aurelius has moved over here as well, temporarily probably, to maybe help with the attack. Now you can see the Carthage general now is bringing his Sacred Band spearmen over, because he can see that if Pompey pushes forward, there's nothing there to really stop him. And as I say, I've got my Greek cities here ready to face a Selucid threat when they decide to attack. Now remember, those Seleucids got very long pikes against my short spears, so it should be an interesting tussle there if we do lock horns. As I say here, you can see Pompey decided to attack those Armenian spearmen. Now Earth's pulling back those spearmen, but my guess is he may well stop and engage and pin those Brutii troops while he brings his cavalry around the flank. Now that's what you may look to do here. Okay, let's pause the game here. Okay, so Earth looks here like he'd like to pin and hold Pompey's infantry. Well, we've got Sacred Band cavalry, and his fully upgraded cataphracts could smash into the flank of either flank there of Pompey if he gets engaged with those spearmen. So that's a nice tactical move there by Earth. Plus, there's all those Sacred Band Spearmen moving over onto Pompey as well. So the best thing I think for Pompey to do here probably would be to pull back. That would be a good tactical move there. I think if I was him and seeing all those resources coming in on me, there you go. And he can see the Carthage Sacred Band Spearmen coming over, all that cavalry coming round his flank as well. And he's decided to do a tactical retreat or a tactical withdrawal there, which I think was probably the best thing that he could do there, with the advancing enemy forces coming in on him from different angles. Let's say those cataphracts there, make no mistake, they can be battle-winning troops if used correctly. And there you can see those heavy Armenian spearmen have engaged one of Pompey's forward units there, maybe to pin and hold him. I said the cavalry might get round his flanks. Okay, now you can see Aurelius here is looking to bring his cavalry over here, his infantry over here as well. You can see those Sacred Band cavalry were going for archers there, but Pompey intercepted them with his heavy cavalry, and looks like he may well take them out. So that was a good intercept there by Pompey with his cavalry, saved our archers there. But you can see Aurelius now moving his infantry over towards the enemy. Right, veterans watching this, look at the disposition of our team now. See if you can spot anything that you don't like. Right. Okay, so over on the left flank here, you can see that MANTU is taking the battle to the enemy. He's taking his axemen forward, looking to engage those Selucide cataphract cavalry with his effective against armour axemen. You can see there's already been a bit of scrap there between an axe unit and cataphracts. But this is what I wanted to show you. Look at the gap between, veterans watching this, I know you've seen this already, Aurelius, who's attacking Carthage Sacred Band, and my Spartans. Look at that gap. There is a massive gap in our battle line there that the enemy SBQR infantry and cavalry are going to make the most of. I'm thinking all we got is a couple of archer units, but look at the gap between us. That is a massive mistake there, to leave such a gap in our battle line. And make no mistake, good enemy generals like Comrade Stalin there have seen that, and he's going to take his infantry and attack the rear and flank of Aurelius. Make no mistake about that. So that is a big tactical error, I think, there by our team, leaving such a massive gap there for the enemy to pour through. Okay, I don't know what you guys think, but here you can see Pompey pulling back towards Aurelius. But can you see here BARCLAYMAN is charging his Sacred Band Spearmen forward here to engage Aurelius. Now I'm thinking a hammer and anvil attack here. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Carthage Sacred Band being the anvil, and the enemy SBQR cavalry and infantry being the hammer. Okay, so now if you were my Greek, okay, so over here on the left side you can see that the cataphracts are taking out these Germanic axemen. Okay, now most of the Selucide pikemen are in the long grass, so you can't see them. But what should I do with my Greek cities? Wait here facing off against them and the cataphracts, or do you think I should up spears and run and charge into the rear of these enemy SBQR troops as they attack Aurelius? Okay, make no mistake, they're going full blast to hit Aurelius. So should I just stand there and face Selucide, or up spears and run and attack the rear of those SBQR troops? Which would you do you think here? Okay, meanwhile here you can see, as I say, the Germanic axemen being taken out by those Selucide cataphracts. So that frees up those cataphract cavalry to hit wherever they want. But meanwhile, I've upped spears, and I am now running my Spartans towards the rear of those enemy SBQR units. Now make no mistake here, they are going to go flat out to try and take Aurelius out in a hammer and anvil attack. Right, the SBQR cavalry is locked and loaded. He has now pulled the trigger, and they are now going in, and here they go. Bang! As they smash into the flank of Aurelius's Brutii infantry there. Okay, make no mistake here, this SBQR army is looking to take out Aurelius in a hammer and anvil attack. Okay, the Carthage Sacred Band being the anvil, and the SBQR cavalry and infantry being the hammer, and bang, as that infantry smashes in as well. Poor old Aurelius here. He's caught between a hard and the rock and a hard place here. As you can see there, Carthage Sacred Band on one flank and being smashed on the other flank by SBQR infantry and cavalry. Can Aurelius hold? I'm running my Greek cities units over as fast as I can to smash into the back of those enemy SBQR troops. Okay, MANTU has brought his infantry out of the long grass. He's probably going to run them over as well. But as we feared here, the Selucide troops have up spears as well, and will be charging in behind me, looking to smash into the rear of my engaged Greek cities if I engage those SBQR infantry and cavalry there, okay? So make no mistake here, Aurelius is trying to hold the best he can. Here you've got cataphract cavalry and those Sacred Band spearmen here fighting Pompey. Okay, so Everything is up in the air at the moment here, and it'll be interesting to see which way this is going to go. Okay, so as I say, I've up spears here. I've made the decision. I'm going to charge into the rear of those enemy SBQR infantry and cavalry. I just hope Aurelius here can hold against this massive attack here by both Carthage and those SBQR infantry and cavalry. Okay, you can see I'm charging in. As I say, I up spears, I charge into the enemy, and when I make contact, I then put the spears down and then attack from there with the spears down, because of course just attacking with swords, you don't get the full attacking potential of what Spartans can do as they can with their spears. You can see here I'm now pushing in on those SBQR infantry. See that SBQR cavalry really pushing in to Aurelius's Brutii infantry. They're really trying to rout them. Right, here comes Aurelius's cavalry, and bang, as they smash into those SBQR infantry. Thank goodness he's brought that cavalry in there just at the right time there, and bang, as that cavalry charges in as well, and another cavalry unit, and bang, as that smashes in as well. And we're really pushing there. Thank goodness for that. We have between us managed to rout all the enemy SBQR infantry there, including the SBQR general. So between us there, we've taken out all that SBQR infantry. So that was a nice team effort there to do that. But Aurelius has lost a heck of a lot of his infantry there. The Selucide long pikemen there are looking to run into the rear of my engaged Greek cities there. And make sure you know that all the enemy archers will be shooting into the rear of my troops. Plus you've got those cataphract cavalry moving around as well. Okay, so we're pushing in there against those SBQR troops. Here you can see MANTU attacking those Sacred Band troops with his effective against armor axemen and his Knight Raiders. You still got the cataphracts and as I say, those Sacred Band spearmen fighting Pompey there. Okay, but here we've done well. I think we've saved a lot of Aurelius's infantry, although there's not a lot more to save. I think there might be 2 or 3 units of his infantry left, but we did save them. And you can see here the Selucide general there. He looks like he's just walking his troops at the moment, keeping them fresh. As he gets closer, he may well charge in. But as I say here, we managed to... Right now I'm going to take my Greek cities on to take on those Carthage Sacred Band troops there now. I wanted to go on to take them on as well. But I am aware that those Selucide pikemen are behind me. Right, see this great Brutii cavalry charge by Aurelius, and bang, as he smashes into the flank of those Carthage Sacred Band units as I'm pressing in with my Greek cities. Right, let's just pause again for a second. You've got MANTU's infantry charging in, my spearmen moving in, we've got Brutii infantry charging there, and Brutii cavalry charging there, and we're starting to rout a heck of a lot of those Carthage Sacred Band units. So that's good news for us. But as I say, we've got those Selucide pikemen coming in behind us. Those will be fresh units, fresh full units that are coming in behind us here. But as I say, I'm pushing forward into those Carthage units along with my allies. And it looks like we're starting to rout them. We are starting to rout them there. Right. Okay, we've routed those Carthage Sacred Band units we were attacking. But I must now turn to face the threat of those Selucide pikemen coming in behind me. Okay, I don't want them smashing, obviously don't want them smashing into the rear of my engaged troops. So I need to turn my entire army, regain the formation that I had, to face these Selucide pikemen. Okay, looks like we've just taken out the Armenian general there. Well done to Pompey. Let's just pause again for a second here. Okay, so I've got to get into my battle formation again to face these Selucide pikemen. You can see that cataphract cavalry attacking a couple of Pompey's infantry units as well as those Selucide pikemen. But over here, Pompey's done well in routing the last of those Armenian cataphracts there, and including taking out the Armenian general. So well done to him. And as I say here, we are facing the threat of those Selucide pikemen moving in on us there. Okay, but I've managed to reform my formation, and if you notice here, I've upped spears and I'm charging into those Selucide pikemen. Now there's a reason for that. I'm just going to explain that to you now. Okay, so we know that those Selucide pikemen have got massively long pikes there. Okay, and you know that my Spartans have only got short spears. Okay, so what I don't want to do, I don't want to go defensive, because like we've seen in other battle videos, I think we explained in another battle video as well, that with the short spears of the Spartans here, a good long pike general will just take his pikemen up to your defensive Greek city units there, just so the pike point is killing your men, but he'll keep his men out of range of your short spears. So you can see what I mean. So they'll move forward, a good pike general will move forward just so the points of his pikes are killing your men, but keeping his men out of the range of your short spearmen. And as he kills each line of your units, he just moves forward slightly, just so his pikes can start killing the next line of your men, but still keeping his men away from the short range of your spears. Okay, so when you fight, when you've got short speared units like Carthage or Greek cities, never stand back in defence, because a good long pike general like Macedon or Selucide will really start killing your troops without you hardly killing any of theirs at all. It's a tactic that was used many years ago, was very effective. You don't see it much on the modern day battlefield now, but I always remember that tactic. So what I want to do is close as fast as I can. I might even lose some men with their spears up as I hit those Selucide ranks there, but I just want to get close, and I want to get close to them so my short spears can kill the Selucide pikemen there. Okay, once again here, let's see how short those Spartan spears are in comparison to those massively long pikes. So it's important that when you use Carthage or Greek cities, you get in close to these long pike units so that your spearmen got a chance to kill their men with your short spears. Okay, so that's what I've done there. Advance forward. You got that enemy cataphract cavalry there, ready to charge in. They could well charge into our Germanic cavalry. Right, see that cavalry charging in, and bang! It smashes into those moving Germanic infantry there, caught them on the move, and has now totally routed them. That was a nice hit there by the Selucid general with his cataphract cavalry. Nice move. Okay, so now he's routed those cataphract cavalry could get in behind me, maybe positioning themselves there ready to smash into my engaged troops. Okay, those cataphract cavalry could do that. Very powerful cavalry, plus those Carthage Sacred Band units could also come into the rear of my troops here while I'm facing the Selucid pikemen. Okay, now just look at these Selucid pike units here that are not engaged yet. They're all going to be brought into the fray, make no mistake about that. Okay, Aurelius here is chasing down the archers there. I think he's thinking that the more archers he can kill, obviously the less fire arrows they can shoot into us and lower our morale. So he's chasing down the enemy archers there, and I'm moving my Greek citizens, as I say, into these Selucid pikemen. See how close I am. I'm really integrated into those pikemen. Really integrated there, making sure that my short spearmen can kill them. Right, can you see that cataphract cavalry charging in? A bang! As that cataphract cavalry charges into the rear of my engaged troops there. But if you notice there, can you see the Selucid general didn't carry through with that charge? Did you notice that? He charged in, then decided like to pull his cavalry back. He didn't go through with a complete charge there. Okay, so I've got Carthage Sacred Band spearmen coming in on me, and those long pikemen there attacking my flank. Okay, so let's pause again for a second. So I've got to use part of my army here now to combat the Selucid pikemen, while I use the other part of my army to combat those Carthage Sacred Band units. Okay, so we're up against two lots of pikes and spears here. We've got another pike unit there. I've got enemy cavalry there that could charge into the rear of me. Okay, so that's what I've got to do here. I've got to face some of my units there towards the Selucid pikemen, and the others there I'm going to have to face those Carthage Sacred Band units. Okay, you can see I'm pushing forward into those Selucid units. As I say, you need to be aggressive and attacking against these big pike units there when you've got short speared units. Okay, right, let's pause the game. So the main threat to me, in my opinion, are these Carthage Sacred Band coming into the rear of my units. Okay, these Selucid units here are probably just going to hold their ground probably, so I don't need to be too worried about them coming to attack me. As I say, I think they're probably just going to hold their ground. So I need to turn the bulk of my units here to face the threat of those Carthage Sacred Band units, while putting some units at the front to try and hold the Selucid pikemen. But those cataphract cavalry could come around the flank, look, and smash into the flank of my engaged troops, which could tip the balance there. You've got other pike units here that he's probably going to bring in as well. And so that's a general overview of what's happening at the moment. Now, can you see I'm being sandwiched here between long-piked Selucid pikemen and well-upgraded Carthage Sacred Band spearmen. Okay, as I say, I'm facing a bulk of my troops towards those Carthaginians, while I'm taking the forward units towards those Selucid pikemen here. Okay, so if you were a betting man here, which way do you think this battle is going to go? Okay, which way do you think it's going to... See, he's going to commit that pike unit there into my flank. Okay, Now, as I say, I've turned the bulk of my Greek cities here to face the threat of those Carthage Sacred Band coming in behind me, but I've also sent units out to face those Selucide pikemen as well. Right, here's another Selucide pike unit coming in, going to attack the flank. And don't forget those cataphract cavalry out there as well. I've just taken out, I think, the last of maybe Pompey's units there, or Aurelius's infantry. Right, so we've got a Sacred Band pushing in here. We've got a pike unit pushing in there. We've got pike units attacking those units there. We've got pike units coming in there. Okay, and we've got those cataphract cavalry, make no mistake, are ready to charge in. Okay, so do you think that if those cavalry hit my Greek cities, that could tip the balance there? You've also got those Carthage Sacred Band, and don't forget the enemy archers are shooting into me mercilessly as well. So, if you were a betting man here, which way do you think this is going to go? You can see here the pikes are pushing in. You've got those Carthage Sacred Band pushing in. But as you see, I'm taking the majority of my units forward into those Sacred Band, as I consider those to be the most dangerous units at this time. But you can see the long pikes of those Selucid troops moving in on me. And as I say, I've got some more units out there countering Selucid pikemen as well. There's Pompey with a couple of probably rallied infantry units he's bringing back into the fray. Let's say here, a lot of enemy troops pressing in on me here. Okay, you can see I'm taking a unit into the flank of that Selucid pike unit there. Make no mistake, I have suffered a lot of casualties here against these pikemen. There you are, Pompey's still got some pilers there he's throwing into the enemy troops. Nice hit there by him. So what I'm doing here now, I'm turning units to face the threat from the different directions. Right, here comes another pike unit coming in on me. So what I'm doing is I'm turning different units to face different directions here from where the threat. See that Carthage cavalry coming in? Bang! Routed one of my units on impact. Okay, that was a nice hit there by the Carthage general. Another pike, and here comes another pike unit coming in on my spearmen. Okay, now don't forget here, my Spartans here will know they're basically surrounded. That's going to lower their morale. I've got these long piked units pushing in on me. I've got Carthage Sacred Band. Right, let's just pause again for a second here. So I've got those Selucid units pressing in on me there. Sacred Band unit pressing in on me here. And this cataphract cavalry. Now this is what worries me. If that cataphract cavalry gets, say, there and smashes into the rear of my engaged troops, that would probably be the end of the game. You've got cataphract cavalry there as well. Okay. So there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment, with the enemy coming in on my Spartans there. And don't forget, if you start to see any of my Spartan units rout, that would probably be the start of a complete and utter rout of the army, okay? Because they've been fighting for a long time now, and they've suffered a lot of casualties, and I think maybe one big cavalry hit here. And I think that, as I say, if you start seeing units rout, that could be the beginning of a mass rout here. Okay, so as you can see here, I can see one of my units right here comes across Carthage cavalry, and bang, and it smashes in there. And another unit, and bang, as that smashes in as well. Okay, let's just pause again for a second. So I'm being squashed in here by two massive pike units. I got Carthage cavalry charging in, Selucid cavalry smashing in behind me. You can see one of my units starting to rout already. He's probably going to take that cavalry unit round there and charge in from a different angle as well. So as I say, if you start seeing my units routing there, that's probably the prelude to a mass rout here. Okay, so that's the position that my Spartans are in at the moment, being smashed by cavalry, and got those long pike units there pushing in on me as well. That's a heck of a cavalry. Bang, look how it's penetrating. Look how my units now are starting to look. There's another cavalry unit smashed in there as well. That is a massive hit, and here comes another cavalry unit, and bang, as that smashes in as well there. As I say, if you start seeing my Greek city units rout, there you go, there's another unit there is routed there. See these pikemen moving in as well. The Selucid general is attacking as well as his cavalry. You've got SBQ infantry unit moving in as well, and you can start seeing some of my units starting to rout here. And there's another cavalry unit that looks like it's going to smash in as well. So, if you were a betting man here, which way do you think this is going to go? Do you think the Spartans are going to hold? Do you think those 2 hit points and excellent specialization are going to hold? Look at the length of those Macedonian pikes pushing into me. Look at those men. Now notice here, I haven't got close enough to them to be able to kill them with my short spears. Those pike men are killing my men, but I can't get close enough to kill them at this stage of the battle. Okay, get ready for that cavalry. There's another cavalry unit going to charge in. Right, can you see a lot of my Spartan units starting to rout now? I think this is the prelude to a mass rout possibly now. There you go, you can see they fought down well, fought down to what, 4 men, and they're starting to rout now with the pressure of these Selucide long pikemen. An SBQR unit charging in, and there's still a cavalry unit there. He may well charge in, I don't know. Okay there, so now I don't know what you guys thought, but I thought that that would have been really, really close there. The Selucide general has just admitted defeat. Okay, the Selucide general there, Moody there, just admitted defeat there, but I got a feeling that that could have really been close, even closer than it is now, trying to fight those Selucide long pikemen there. I don't know what you guys think. Look at how many men I got. Now these are 82 man units, at 22, 41, 15, 14 men in that one, 20 men in that one, 40 men in that one, 7 men in that one, 33 men in that one, 3 men in that one, and 34 men in that one, and 11 men in that one. Okay, so those are 81, 82 man units there. That's all I got left. Pompey, look, he's got 1 unit of 24, another unit of 33. Okay, you can see Aurelius' cavalry there. He's still hoovering up the archers, so he's done well. But that's all we've got left of our entire team. And maybe is there 1 more unit of Pompey's over there for 9 men in that one. But that's how much this was a battle of attrition. Now, this is one of the most spread out battlefields I've actually been on. Can you see here? There's little battles been all over the battlefield here. But you can see where the most intense fighting was. And that's in this part of the battlefield here. This is where you can see, as I say, the biggest piles of dead all piled up on top of each other, where it just goes to show how intense the battle was in this particular part of the battlefield. There's still a couple of I think RV COMRADE STALIN units left, but he's just admitted defeat as well there. So that's that looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. First thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game there. And as you can see there, it was a close victory, what we expected it to be. So I say very well played. What I'd like to do is take you to the highest kills of the game here. Okay, the highest kills of the game goes to LOA Moody. 2,233 kills. Really well done to him. And for him to be in a losing team, but to get such high kills is really unusual. So well done to him with his Selucide force there. Killed loads. So very pleased with those kills for him. And my old Spartan army, 1,969. That didn't do too badly. And well done to Aurelius as well. I think he was hoovering up the enemy archers there, like he was vacuuming, I think. So well done to Brotherhood member BARCLAYMAN there. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to, but he did well with Carthage. Well done to RV Earth. He probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to, but well done for him bringing Armenia to the 31k battlefield. He did very well. Well done to RV Comrade STALIN. Got some good kills. Really well done to him. Nice to have RV in our battles as well as LOA. And well done to LOA Moody. Great kills. Highest kills in the game. Really well played, guys. Excellent battle there. Well done to Brotherhood member MANTU. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to, but he was hit by heavy cataphract cavalry as well as pikes there, so he did well with Germania, really, bearing in mind he got hit like that. Well done to Pompey, he did extremely well there, got some good kills, and well done to Aurelius, got some great kills. I really think that we snatched victory from the jaws of defeat there, that old saying. Just have a look at the statistics here. Yeah, not too bad. I see my general unit killed 247. So the Spartan units there, I didn't do too badly there with their kills. So quite pleased with that. As I say, I genuinely think we did snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, that very old saying there. As I say, I think if that Selucide general had kept fighting, it could have been even closer. The Spartan commander say, please leave a comment. It's always nice to read what you think about our battles. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.